Hey, this is Ransom1690 back here with another video. And today what I'm going to talk about is how even your body will try to gaslight you into making you conform to the norms of society. And so today my folks went to presumably the gas station because that's what they was where they were saying they was gonna go. Oh, hey, we're going to the gas station, the quick trip to get something to eat. Hey, you want to come? Hey, come along. And I said no because I was tired and I really didn't want to go anywhere with them, because I don't like these guys for reasons I've explained and shown in previous videos. And they were just really adamant that I should come along. Like, man, come on, like, just get up at the house with the family, this and that. And I'm like, man, I don't want to come. And I was literally half asleep. And so they went on without me. And, for one, I don't usually go to those occasions because actually, really, it's because I'm really trying to get away from all this fucking junk food. Just getting shit at the gas station. I don't like quick trip food anymore. Uh, you know, and I'm trying to really eat a lot more healthier. I've been really trying to eat more yogurt and just more balanced meals, and all of that great stuff, you know. Uh, but the primary reason is because I just don't want to be around these guys, you know, because like I said before, I don't consider them to be family. I don't consider them to be anything to me anymore. Like, they're nothing. As far as I'm concerned, they're inmates. You know, the only reason I'm around these people is because I was brought here into this world, and these are just the people who I got stuck with to be around. And that's all there is to it, you know. And so, in, in my opinion, well, not, I don't even think it's an opinion. I think it's a fact, but these are just not great people to be around. They've been really abusive and conniving in the past. And I don't want to be around that. It's a lot of times where I have went through, I'm just now getting over a depression that I haven't been talking about due to, not just all the stuff that I went through in the past, but, the fight that I had talked about that I had with my stepdad, maybe about a month or two or three ago. Well, not a month ago. It was probably 3 to 4 months ago. I don't remember, but it was recent that, I had a physical altercation with him over a stupid disagreement that started with my mom, and it resulted in us fighting and me having to take off because, like they always do, they go to the police. And I didn't start the physical altercation, just, of course, my stepdad got in my face after I was trying to verbally defend myself from my mom, and things took off from there. And yeah, he well, just go watch the video. I get into all of that in the video where I talk about it, and I'm gonna post it in the link below. But ever since that, just my whole mindset of just leave me alone have been on a different level than what it's ever been. I don't want to be around these people. I don't want to be around anyone. I hate people now. you know. And man, honestly, let's say if there was like and I have been thinking this way for like a while recently, but if like, let's say if there was, if Baylets actually existed, like, you know, that fucking necklace from Berserk, that crazy ass necklace with a face and a mouth, and supposedly it's some shit where you can summon the God hand to sacrifice your close ones for power and prestige or whatever the fuck. If something like that actually existed and I got my hands on it, I would fucking sacrifice everyone in this goddamn family. Like, no joke. And I know that sounds terrible, but that's just how raw I've been with my emotions and just with how I feel about these types of people, because I went through so much fucking hell that has had a lot of negative mental repercussions that I don't even talk about on here. And so really, I've just been wanting to not be around anyone and be left alone. And it is my dream that one day, which I'm working on in my own way, but that one day I can finally have a place where I can just sit in a room and be left the fuck alone. Away from society, away from supposed like so-called family, you know. That's my dream. How other people be wishing, like, oh, I want to go and travel, or oh, I want to buy $1 million mansion. Well, my American dream is a fucking room with the only things that I value, which is my art or maybe my manga reading, and to just have that room or that place to myself. And that's what I do. And I don't interact with anyone. I don't talk to anyone. I don't have to fucking live or just do all this stupid ass normie social shit that we're taught that, oh, well, you have to do this because we're human beings and this is what we do. Like, no, I don't want any of that. And that's something that has been always getting reiterated to me in schools, like, oh, well, you gotta be social. You can't just be off to yourself. Why? You know, it, and it's just so stupid. And people act like that being left alone is some kind of affront, just not wanting to deal with people or interact with people. It pisses people off for some reason. Like, I remember when I would just try to be left alone when I was younger, it would always piss my family off. It would piss my mom off. She would make stupid ass rules where it's like, oh, well, you can't go to your room. You're not allowed to go into your room. You got to stay in the living room with everyone else. My dad, my biological dad at the time, it would piss him off because I would just be alone watching TV in my room, and he would take the TV out of my room to force me into the rest of the household with everyone else. And I talk about that in older videos, but that's the type of shit they would do. And apparently it's not just people like them, but it's society as a whole. Like, I've been hearing from other anti-natalist channels like Loon, RIP. I don't know where she went, but all her stuff is gone now. Whether she pulled it down or YouTube took it down, I don't fucking know. But she would talk about the same thing, like how she would just want to go to work, do her job, and just not talk to anyone, and the boss would get mad at her. People would start just, ooh, who does she think she is, and just that type of bullshit. And that's this thing where society just gaslights you into just conformity. But it's like I said before, it's not just society, it's your own body. Because there are times where I think, just subconsciously think, not on purpose, but think like, oh, well, maybe you're kind of going too far with this, or oh, you should have went with them. Referring to my folks now, you should have went with them and had a good family, good time. And I'm like, the fuck? Hell no. You know, because we've been doing all this little family good time shit was something that I would used to do with them in the past, like going to different kinds of occasions and this and that, and just on the surface, it would look like we were having a good time and that we were just the most wholesome family in the world. But it's like behind these closed doors, things was terrible. And y'all seen it for yourself. Y'all seen the yelling, y'all seen the fussing, y'all have uh seen exactly just how crazy it get. You've seen the state of the household. And I've told y'all, and y'all have seen for yourself just exactly what my family would put me through. None of it good. Just different types of occasions where I wouldn't have even said a mumbling word to anyone. And then I would wake up to the police standing at the front door, which, like as I said, that was a normal occurrence growing up. Just the fucking police constantly coming to the house because of some bullshit that was going on. Man, I fucking hate the police now. I hate the police. I'm gonna tell y'all, I hate the fucking police. You know, but for other reasons, more other than them just coming to the house and doing their job, because they will get on bullshit too. You know, but just all the negativity that I have been through. Okay, it's like, okay, so did that not happen? Okay, was all of that just in my head? And it's like your own psychology will just try to gaslight you that, oh, you're doing too much, you're going too far, and you would just subconsciously feel guilty for not wanting to fucking fool with anyone. And I have to constantly remind myself of all of the stuff that I've been through, you know. And it's crazy how your body will try to do that to you, you know. And it also doesn't help that well, I'm gonna get on that in another video. I'm not gonna even say what it is because that's the next thing I want to get into. As soon as I know I have more time in this house, I'm gonna get on to that shit. Hell yeah. So expect it. But like, it's just crazy how your body, how just everything, including your own fucking meat suit, will try to make you conform to this reality, to this way of doing things. Like, oh, well, you gotta be around people, you gotta socialize, you gotta spend time with your family because that's what we do. We're social creatures. And it's like I would hear from tragic reality, it's like what he would say from time to time, like, okay, yeah, we're social creatures, but do we really need to be? In my opinion, no. No, it's not a necessity. As a matter of fact, it's more of a problem for me. Socialization have always been a problem. Whether like since I was in school, I have never not well, I'm not gonna say I've not ever had a good time socializing, but rarely have I had a good time just socializing with people. If I did, it would either start out good or it would turn bad in some way. Like I would have friends where they would just start out very kind and very good, and then they would just turn judgmental towards you or just start having little sly shit to say under their breath. And like just different instances where I would be around family and they was just always wanting to talk about you in a terrible way, or just insult you or roast you. And it, I just never had a good, rarely had a good time just being social with people. And that's why I fucking hate it now. And that's why my dream is to basically be an independent hikikomori who just does not fucking talk to people, you know. But that's just me, you know. And it's unfortunate that this is just the way things are. Like, you have to be this way because at the end of the day, it's all about protecting yourself from harm, physical harm, psychological harm, because that shit, let me tell y'all about that psychological harm. That shit ain't nothing to play with. Like, I have been up in this house dealing with just festering anger that got so bad to where I just wanted to fucking lash out. And I'm talking about things could have been good, like for a good while, like me and my mom not getting into fights or this and that. But like maybe a month or 2 or 3 of just no altercations. But ever since that one fight with my stepdad, just I have become more sensitive on an emotional level where I just think about all that stuff, how my mom came through my room and started smashing up all my shit. And I become enraged to where I want to do something violent right then. And it's like I can feel this shit just welling up in my body, just the hatred, just the fucking the the level of malice that I have started to deal with. It is, I would not wish that on anyone, because that in and of itself is suffering. That is torment. You know, that is something that you never want to deal with, because it seemed like everything will just set you off at that moment. But you can't talk about it with no one, because if you start talking about it with a therapist, they gonna either phone police on you, or like, you know, people gonna think, oh, you gonna crash out, which I'm trying not to do. You gonna go postal or just wind up on the news, basically. And that's the only way I can put it. But yeah, this is why I'm just trying to stay away from people, because now it is to the point to where the first thing that's said wrong towards me, or the first accusation made or insinuated, I'm ready to fly off the handle 100%. And this is the same type of anger that my entire family, at least on my mom and dad's side, this is the same anger that nearly everyone deals with. My, I know my second oldest brother, for the longest time, he has had a lot of anger, and he still has anger. I don't know about my older bro. You know, I think his anger mainly stemmed from all the past the traumas and abuse in the family that he experienced. My sister, I remember her telling me how she was dealing with anger. You know, how she'll just go off on her kids, and she's been trying not to do that more recently. Uh, you know, I know my biological dad, he had anger issues to where he would fly off the handle and become violent. Uh, I know my cousin, he's down there to the point of being a psychopath. You know, my auntie messed him up so bad to where now you can't even be around him, because he'll try to burn the house down or threaten to kill you, or just all sorts of fucked up shit. and like I said this before, but it was already an instance where he allegedly went, smashed all of the TVs in the house, set the house on fire. And not only that, but there were instances before where they left him alone with some baby children, and he tried to well, they didn't leave him alone. Apparently they was in the other room, and my cousin, you know, another relative caught him at the perfect time, just in time, with him trying to poison the formula of the children, and just he is just real psychotic now with lots of pent up rage and anger from the abuse he went through on, like, in his family. And so it's like this constant anger in the family. I have a uncle who's now back in jail, who may never be getting out because he was homeless on the street, and I guess some guy was messing with him, and he beat a guy half to death. And he was notorious for just being someone you didn't want to piss off. So it's like, it's just so much anger and unhappiness in the family. And my mom, like, you can see it a lot through her. And even my stepdad, ever since he's come into this family, like, he has gotten more violent and more aggressive. And it's like, this is not something that anyone should want to be around. Should anyone have to want to tolerate this? Oh, because we can have a few days of seeming like we're a happy family where we go out to occasions here and there. What? And so this is why, man, I'm just to the point to where I don't give a fuck about being around people. I don't give a fuck about socializing, interacting. If I'm not doing my art or reading my manga, it's like I don't fucking really care to participate in this life or to just be around anyone. I'm just being honest about that. I don't fucking look forward to anything in this existence. It's all just bleh. It's all bleh. But y'all can tell me what y'all think. Leave y'all opinions in the comment section below, and I'll get back to y'all with another one. I actually got a few videos that I made that I need to post, and I'm debating if I want to kind of dress it up like I've been doing, like with the whole pictures and all of this to make it more entertaining, or if I should just post them as it is, because that shit really is kind of tedious to do, trying to find pictures. But I'm going to keep trying to be entertaining regardless, because that's also what it's about too. It's not just about coming here and talk about, oh, how much we hate the world. It's also about being entertained too. That's also why I like to talk about anime or manga or my shit too, to just balance out all the other bullshit that I talk about. So I'm going to get back to y'all with another one real soon, and just leave y'all thoughts in the comment section down below.